In this segment, we're going to review how to compose text in a chat and a post message in the Teams channel app. So they pretty much work the same way. I will show the different nuances between the two of them. But let's go in first of all to do a Teams channel post. And as you saw previously in the course, if I wanted to type a message, I would just, on this blank line here, begin to type my text. But if I want to type a more extensive message, then what you'll want to do is, you see the menu of buttons down below here. The first one, the letter A there, is the Format button. And when I click on that, you'll see it expands the window there, so I have a broader view of what my message is all about. So I'm going to explain every component here, but I want to start with just the content itself. You'll see we have an optional add a subject. It's purely optional, and I'm just going to say this is post text demo. That's my subject line, and it really has no inherent value other than it just highlights what the nature of this particular message is. Then down below, I would type my message, and as you recall previously, if I wanted to tag somebody, I would put in the tag. So let's go ahead and we'll just tag Marcia again, and just select her from the list there. And then I would type in my text. I want you to see all the text formatting options. So I can select this text here, and then up in the menu bar, I have all the typical text formatting options that you have in Microsoft Office. Not all of them, but many of them. So I can do the bold, the italics, and so on. And I have this paragraph option, which allows me to use styles. So if you're accustomed to using styles in, say, the OneNote application or the Word application, those styles will flow over or spill over, if you will, into the Teams application. It's a really good practice to get in the habit of using styles, because that way you can have more consistency in the way you format certain types of text in your letters, reports, messages in this case, and so on. So you have that. So if I choose heading 1, you'll see it makes the text bolder, or bigger, I should say. I had already chosen bold and italics. We could also highlight. We have that option there, so I'll highlight it as yellow. We have the quote option to enclose the selected text into quotes. We have this button here to insert a hyperlink. So let's suppose that I want to insert a hyperlink. I just would go ahead and, actually let me cancel that. And let's go down to the next line. And I'll insert hyperlink. And let's say I want to put in my CPAX 365 website as a link. 365. I'll just call it 365 website. That's the text I want the link to display. Then down for the link itself, I'm just going to type in the URL and insert it. So you can link, of course, to any URL that you have. And now you'll see I have the URL displayed here. And if I hover over it, you can see the actual URL. And so I can click that to actually go out to that website. Notice what it also did here. It gave what they call a preview of the website. So once I typed that address in, it went out and fetched information from the CPAX 365 website so that it could make a preview here. And this is all a hyperlink. You can choose to keep that in your message or not. If I just click on the X here, it removes the preview, and I'm just left with my hyperlink there specifically. You have this button here to insert a code snippet. We don't need to get into the details of this. This is more for developers if they want to just put a block of code that they might have in one of their applications. So it's a very specialized type of content. We can put a horizontal line here. So let's do this. Let's go to a new line on the message. And just a horizontal line, as you can see, it's very faint, but just to kind of section things off inside the message. And we can add a table. So if I insert a table, it says, okay, tell me what size table you want. I'll do a 3x3, 3x4 table. And so now I have that ability to, it's not real clear on the screen here, but I can go ahead and start typing content in the message in the format of a table if I want to do that. And I can insert columns and rows. So let's insert a column to the right. And so for whatever reason, it didn't initially take my 3x4. So now I've got 3 columns, and if I want to insert a row below, insert a row below. So you get the idea. So then you can format your text right there within your message in the table format. So those are all the features you have for composing text. I can also go in and mark the message as important. So if I select that, you'll see it'll actually put important on there, and that'll get hopefully do a better job of drawing attention to it. I've got an undo and a redo button here, of course, and because I have a table, I have delete column, row, or table. I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to delete the whole table, in fact. I don't really need that. So that, again, gives you the list of all the things you can do to enter and format content, at least the text-based content for the most part, of your messages. We're going to, in the next modules, we're going to get into adding files and adding visuals and adding video clips from the Stream application. Before we leave this, though, I want to let you know a couple things. If you decide you don't want to send the message, you can just click the delete button and discard it altogether. And these up at the top here are newer features that they've added to the Teams application. You can have a new conversation or a new announcement. So let me go ahead and just send this message. Actually, let me discard this message. There's really no reason to send it off, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. And I'll choose discard, and now it's gone. So let's start a new one, and this time I'm going to, instead of a new conversation, which is the default, I'm going to choose announcement. And when I click announcement, you see it just basically is giving me a pre-formatted appearance for this message, so I can type in a headline. Sample announcement. There we go. I could add a subheading, and then I could type my message just like we did previously in a standard post. You can also add a background image, and you can change the color scheme. So just know that that's there. Then you have also this option here, everyone can reply, or only you and moderators can reply. So you can designate moderators for this channel. And so if I say everyone can reply, that's like a normal post where everybody who's involved everyone who's a member of the channel can review and post to the message. But I might want this to be more, as they call it, an announcement, and I don't want people replying. So I'm only allowing replies to be posted by myself or those who are designated as moderators. The other feature we have here is off to the third item is we can post this message or announcement. Oh, I got a typo there. We can post this message or announcement in multiple channels. So again, that's a newer feature as well. So remember, I'm in the Teams demo marketing channel. If I want to choose additional channels, not just within this team, but I can go into other teams as well. So I might want to go into my CPAC's curriculum team, drop that down, and post it to the general channel there. I'll go down to internal operations, and I'll post it into the CP compliance. You get the idea. So now it's showing me that, in this case, 3 teams, specific channels within those 3 teams that this message is going to be posted to as soon as I send it. And the whole idea there is it's related to this announcement feature, because think in a larger organization in particular that you want to get a message out, maybe you want to get it out really quickly to a broad group of people. And you may not have, you know, in an organization, you may not have a big overall team that everyone is a member of. So this way you can make sure that maybe teams that are in a specific location, for example, can get this message. So that can be very helpful in certain situations when you want to post a message more broadly beyond just one team and one channel. Okay, so that's how you can create and compose text in a team post. Let's go over to the chat app. Okay, and we're back to our message in here with Marcia. And so everything's pretty similar. So when I open this up, what you'll notice, I don't have the option to post an announcement because, of course, this is just going to whoever's a member of, whoever are the members of this particular conversation. But all the text formatting tools I have here as well, and I can put in a hyperlink, and I can also, well, I don't have the ability to mark it as important here, but I have these other features we saw, the code snippet, the horizontal rule or line, and I can insert the table here as well. So just a couple of slight differences between the Teams app post and the chat app post. Okay, so that gets you up to speed then on all the different tools that are available to create and compose your text in a message. Next, we'll move on to adding visuals.